Welcome back to Level 40, where I do 40 self care routines before I turn 40. I'm not 40 yet, so here's number one. I originally planned for a different video for this week, but in light of it being Venus retrograde today, I wanted to talk about Venus. In astronomy, when a planet goes retrograde, it transverses, it goes backwards in its path. What does this mean for us as human beings on Earth? When Venus goes retrograde, it means we are in this evaluation process. We are in this almost like reevaluation process. We are being asked to go internally, go within. And what are the topics that Venus rules over? Money, love lives, and our self worth, our self esteem, and our self confidence. I look at turning 40 as almost my Venus going in retrograde. I have to refocus my concepts of money and my concepts of what I think a love life looks like, if it's even possible for me, and if it's something attainable, and what do I want now? With aging, we get hit with our physical image changing, and that internally affects us because our self-confidence gets tested. If what we value and what we deem as worthy and self-confidence is tied to something external and something that is more tied to our ego, then it can all be completely taken away at any moment, right? Things that are outside of us, like our homes, our cars, our clothes, our shoes, our bags, okay? If that can all get taken away, does that change our self-worth? Does that change our self-confidence? Is my concerns over my skin and my physical appearance, does that change who I am internally and how I show up in this world? Our values are really being questioned as we hit 40. For many women, this is so common that we go through this reevaluation phase. We start eating better, we start working out, we start taking care of our skin, we start doing the things that will build back our confidence and build back our self-esteem. All the things that we have tied ourselves to in our lives, a relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a career, the clothes you wear, the shoes that you have, and the purses that you accumulated. Your concepts of that will start to shift. And you'll start to realize, do I really care if I have a $5,000 bag? Do I really need another pair of Louboutins? This is Venus going retrograde. And I want to tell you, you are Venus. You, my dear, are Venus, okay? And it is perfectly normal that you are having these feelings and you're having this doubt and you're having this, who the am I mentality? What do I hold value towards? Venus does love the tangible things in life. She loves beauty. She loves art. She loves music. She loves money. When Venus goes retrograde, she's asking us to reevaluate, what is this money costing me? What is this pursuit of beauty costing me? What is this relationship costing me? What is this marriage costing me? How much am I really willing to give to preserve the lifestyle and the life that I had before? Do you know what your self-worth is? Do you know how much of a value you are in this life? So many women have questioned their self-worth. They question, am I even valuable to this person? Am I even valuable in society? What have I contributed? What am I doing here? Before I go and talk about any of the other modalities of self-care, number one is addressing our self-esteem and our self-confidence. And that is internal self-care, okay? Because when you are oozing with confidence from within, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It doesn't matter what clothes are hanging in your closet. It doesn't matter what bag is hanging off your shoulder, okay? When you have this internal confidence and you let go of the ego society has built for you, okay? We've built this ego that we have to accumulate all these things to be deemed worthy. We've had to accumulate all of this to be deemed valuable. So from now until April 12th, Venus is going to ask us to reevaluate our relationship with money. I've been one to like the finer things in life. I've been one to enjoy the finer things in life. I've had $1 million home, really expensive cars. I've had successful affirmations in forms of tangible things and tangible objects in my life. And I had that all ripped away. I had it all ripped away. The work that I do moving forward is no longer going to be about how much wealth I'm going to accumulate and how many things I'm going to buy. What I do in this life, how can I impact others and how can I help someone else? If I can just give you just a little bit of what I know, then that makes a big difference to me. With Venus being retrograde in Aries and then going into Pisces, is going to look like this, okay? Venus goes retrograde every 18 months. This has happened over our lifetimes, over and over and over again, okay? I feel like with us turning 40, this is a very impactful Venus because this year, Venus is going to show us, and not in very overt ways, she's not going to be like, look, bitch, here's another line. Here's another wrinkle. No, it's not going to be like that at all. Venus is just going to give us little hints and just little cues that will kind of like spark this like idea in our mind. It is up to us to acknowledge how we truly feel, how we really feel. Venus is not asking us to go walk into the woods, live barefoot, and eat berries. That's not what Venus is about. With Venus going retrograde from Aries to Pisces, it's really making us evaluate now what does make me happy? What really makes my heart fulfilled? Is it money? Is it my looks? Okay? And we've all noticed that things can change in a heartbeat. Things can change instantly. 1 minute you're young and, wild and free, and the next minute you got 4 kids and you're eating your kids' leftover chicken nuggets. The things that we tie our egos to are not going to be there forever. But what is going to be there forever is you. And what you are going to do is you're going to care for yourself, your soul. Self-care routines that I need you to implement in your lives right now. The primary goal is to establish your self-confidence and your self-esteem and your self-worth. The little things that cost absolutely no money that you can do to really tap into your self and your self-care. Here's some Venus in retrograde journaling prompts that you can do. meditating. It's just you and your mind. Writing out a gratitude list. You'll be surprised what you are actually grateful for. You'll be surprised. You're not going to write down, I'm so grateful for my Chanel boy. No, that has never made my gratitude list, okay? What have you been willing to accept, and what are you no longer willing to accept in love and in partnership? And I also need you to face your finances head on. I need you to really be honest with yourself and look at how you spend your money, where you spend your money. I mean, for me, I know all my money goes to groceries, okay? Groceries and gas. But before, I spent so much money on services that made me feel better at the time. Was it really worth it? Okay? Even the little things, like getting your nails done every 2 weeks. I used to be a acrylic nail girl since I was 15 years old. I have completely changed how I spend my money because I know I have to be mindful. Okay, the things that I really want in life don't revolve around my looks. The things that I can do to upkeep my looks, what have I done to upkeep? I've literally done everything at home for the past year and a half. You see these nails? Okay, look. These are press-on nails that I do at home. I got them from Amazon for like $30. I get a whole pack of these whole strips, and I just do them myself. I was never a press-on nail girl, but now I love them. Because it saves me time and it saves me money. And all that time and money is now spent on things that matter more. My hair, I dye it myself. I have blonde hair, pink hair, purple hair. I dye it myself now. The only reason why it's so light right now is because I kind of botched it a little bit. I took all the knowledge from when I was getting my hair processed, and I used the internet. I asked friends, hey, What do I do? If I needed to do my hair at home, what can I do? Lashes. From 2016 to 2022, I was getting my lash extensions done every 2 to 3 weeks. I used to say, oh, well, this is self-care. Which, if that is a form of your self-care, by all means, do it. If that makes you feel beautiful, do it. But in retrospect, we were going through some things. Back in 2017. It was becoming exhausting. It was becoming more of a burden to go and upkeep your lashes. And so I reverted back to doing the strips, that I can grab at Walgreens for $10. And I got a pack of 6. And I only put them on when I actually need to. All these extra expenditures are no longer worth it for me. They're no longer a priority for me. I understand everybody is different, but that is what Venus in retrograde is asking of us. What values we put on certain things in life. And are these values ego-based? Are they ego-driven? The best thing we can do for ourselves as women facing 40 is build our self-confidence. Because with our self-confidence and self-esteem, you cannot shake us. We have gone through so much. Okay, we're 40. We're turning 40. We're in our 40s. We have surpassed so much of that superficial life. And we have become so much more in tune with who we are internally and what we love and what we need. And if you don't know what you need, that's why I ask you to journal. Do your shadow work. I'm more than willing to help with shadow work and, journal prompting. Obviously, as we turn 40, we are facing our own personal values. We are facing our identity changing. Things that we hold as our identity change. That's when we can really spiral. We tend to put emphasis on preservation of a lifestyle and of a life and of an identity that we had up until this point. We are facing how we are valued towards the people around us. Is the environment that I am in or that I allow myself to be in, do I hold value? Is my presence welcome in this environment? I think constantly about, well, if I were to pass away, where would my kids be? What would my kids do? And that's putting value on myself and correlating my value and my self-worth. You have to realize that you are so important. You are so important to the people around you. And if you don't feel like your presence in their lives is meaningful and is purposeful and fulfilling, then what the heck are you doing there? Get out of it. Get out of there. If you're in a relationship with someone who is demeaning, someone who is abusive, emotionally, mentally, physically, what are you doing there? They don't value you. And even if they do, they're not showing it. Venus is going to really show you and show us all our value in others' lives. It's also going to remind others our value. Okay? So let that sink in. Not only are you reevaluating yourself, other people are reevaluating how much you might mean to them. As we turn 40, let us really think what holds value to us in this stage in life. Is it really buying every single beauty product under the sun? Is it really accumulating all of the cars and the purses and the shoes? Is there permanence in our lives worth what we're spending on it? join me next week for another self-care routine that we can implement in our lives. And please subscribe, please comment. Can you tell me what you are valuing in this moment? I would love to hear from you. I want to know what you're valuing and what are the things that you're willing to give up. I think we all know that we're in an economic recession, and we're probably going to end up being far worse than this. And, just with the cost of living going up and the real estate market being what it is, we are questioning a lot. Venus in retrograde right now is really going to put it to the forefront. My name is Sam. Please come back and hang out with me some more. I know this one was heavy, but felt like I really needed to tap into Venus, okay? If you want to know more about astrology and how it can impact our lives and how astrology has even guided me in my self-care, then I urge you to check out my astrology page called The Karmic Refuge, and I'm not launching it during Venus and Mercury retrograde, just so you know. So you could probably look for it in April. Bye!